Hello and welcome to Daybreak Fraser Valley Weekend. I'm Bradley Jeanette.
And I'm Jessica Ames.
It's a great show this week. We'll be interviewing some cool theater types from secondary characters here to discuss their theater troupe and their upcoming performance of Urinetown, the musical. Is that spelled the way I think it is?
Yeah, so this should be an interesting conversation.
I think so. Back this week is Natalie Bedard and a brand new Total Wellness sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting Limited.
Coming up next, we will announce our Shandhar Hut Spring to Summer Contest winner for week 1. You'll find out what our pet peeves are this week. And as always, our top 3 news from the Valley, sponsored by Black Press Media. All coming up now. Welcome back, everyone.
All right, we won't delay this any longer. We are so glad to be able to announce the winner of our first $50 Shandar gift card giveaway. It's
Caitlin Jansen.
She correctly identified Jessica's pet peeve from last week, which was when people steal your food. Well, I think was it when your roommate steals your food?
Yes, more specifically.
All right, so we left a little latitude with that, but congratulations, Caitlin. We'll be reaching out to you on your $50 Shandar gift card, and thank you, Shandar. And don't fret, if your name isn't Caitlin Jansen, you still have 3 weeks to win. Watch for the post on Chill TV's Facebook page and message us with the answer to the question related to today's episode. All right, what did you get up to this week?
Well, this week I was in the wind and in the rain outside at a couple markets.
Okay.
So this past Saturday I was at the Chilliwack downtown market, which was fun. I met about 5 newcomers and offered them some welcome packages through the Chilliwack Neighbourhood Welcome Program and met some other locals, which was fun. And then on Tuesday I was at the market at the Coliseum. And we all had to take our tents down because it was too windy and dangerous to have our tents up. So a little bit of a wild week for me out at markets in the community.
Well, the weather has been kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a gardener. We've talked about this on the show quite a bit. So earlier this week, I did a photo shoot with Sarah Sovereign Photography, and it was going to be in my garden. And so I was going to have, the grass cut and all the polite things you're supposed to do to your garden. That didn't happen. It's just been too wild, rainy, cold.
Yeah.
I've got a sweater on today.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's
Yes.
going to be nice.
Hot. So, what are we doing now?
Oh, my pet peeve is always forgetting the next segment.
I see what you did there. Okay, it is time for the segment everyone's talking about. It is Pet Peeves, brought to you by the Chilliwack Animal Safe Haven. Adopt, don't shop. Apply to adopt your new furry friend today. All right, what's your pet peeve?
Well, this week I want to talk about tailgating. I know it's probably a pet peeve of everyone, but just a little story for you. I was driving just by the Chilliwack General Hospital. Everybody knows that's the slow zone. We're supposed to go 30. And yeah, there was a car behind me and my 3-year-old daughter was in the back. They're honking at us. My daughter's going, "What's going on, Mom?" I'm like, some people are just very impatient. So that's a big pet peeve of mine.
Interesting, because mine's traffic related too.
Oh.
So I know that you're relatively new to Chilliwack compared to some of us. But there was a time we didn't have roundabouts here.
Okay.
And now we have lots of roundabouts, and there's a new one coming on Prest Road. Thank you, Council. However, it shocks me the amount of people that still don't know how to drive through a roundabout. And I find it annoying. So the turn signal thing, I just don't think we're ever going to get that in Chilliwack. Drives me absolutely batty. And about a week ago, I saw someone driving in the wrong direction on the roundabout again. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Kind of sick of it. I remember a few years ago, City Hall was doing info sessions, inviting people to come to City Hall so that they could be taught how to drive in a roundabout. They have these things all over the world. Ours are very, very simple. I don't understand why it's a problem, but anyway, I get worked up about it. Let's move on to our top 3 news picks from around the Valley this week, courtesy of Black Press Media. And why don't you start us off in Mission?
Oh, Mission. We never start in Mission. Yes, Mission. And according to the Mission record, 3 people were arrested by Mission RCMP after searches in Abbotsford on May 20th in connection with a website that allegedly sold drugs to youth. According to a news release from the detachment on Tuesday of this week, multiple packages of cannabis and psilocybin, magic mushrooms, were seized in the searches, along with over 1,000 packages of edible cannabis products, over 1,000 vapes, and almost 200 packages of edible psilocybin products. A 49-year-old man, 34-year-old man, and 42-year-old woman were arrested on the same day of the search, per the release. All have since been released from custody while the investigation continues, which will include lab testing of the various products, RCMP said. Mission RCMP initially received a report from a 16-year-old and their parent in early 2026 that the teen bought magic mushrooms and cannabis from a website offering same-day local delivery in Mission.
That's what I call good customer service. Okay, that's very serious, though. They should not be doing that. Don't do that. Didn't they used to call it dial-a-dope or something? I don't
never
know.
heard that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think I heard it once. I mean, it wasn't, that's not really my scene. Okay, Chilliwack. Jenna Hawk of the Chilliwack Progress reports that old asphalt removed from Chilliwack roads is now being recycled and reused to fix potholes. Oh, thank God. Making repairs more efficient and cost-effective. In the past, when city crews removed old asphalt, it had to be transported to a disposal site and a new hot asphalt mix would be purchased from external plants located outside of Chilliwack, according to the city. Now, when city crews remove the old road, they can use the new recycler at the Bailey landfill to recycle and rejuvenate, I love that word, in a more efficient, cost-effective, and environmentally responsible manner, according to a June 8th press release from the city. I love it. I feel like this is way more efficient.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
And we've got lots of potholes. So if we start thinking about everything in these terms, we're not just using and throwing away. It saves money. It reduces environmental impact. Great job, City of Chilliwack, especially the operations department. Well done.
In Rosedale, Adam Louie of the Agassiz Observer reports that the Shiem First Nation and Rosedale area residents have pushed back against a large housing development proposed for the small community. Past feedback sessions have brought up a broad range of concerns about the proposed housing development. In addition to lot sizes, which according to Electoral Area D Director Bill Dickey, the community members have voiced overwhelmingly that the lot sizes not be smaller than 800 square meters. Residents were also highly concerned about traffic impacts, a shortfall in parking, the impact on water and other infrastructure, and insufficient park and green space. The FVRD board recently voted to send a development application back to staff, affecting a majority of lots on 108 lot housing development. The district directors asked staff to work with the applicant to explore options for keeping lot sizes at 800 meters instead of 600 meters.
All right, after the break, we have some lovely folks from Secondary Characters here to talk about their newest project. They're talking about Urinetown, the musical. It sounds gross. It'll probably be funny. I'm sure it'll be good. It'll be something.
It'll be something.
It'll be something.
Yes.
Thank you to Black Press Media for your top 3 news stories for the Valley this week. We'll be right back. All right, welcome Emily and Noah to the show.
Hi.
So Noah, before we actually get started in the interview, you had some really important questions.
Yeah, this is my first interview. What are some do's and don'ts of making sure the interview goes well?
Well, you showed up on time to the correct studio, so your everything's going well.
Awesome.
So there is a couple things to know. So see that camera there? So that's our audience.
Okay.
So say hi to the audience.
Hi, audience.
Now, if you have really something important to say, then you can swing around and make a dramatic stance at that camera.
I see.
And that's much more intense. But otherwise, don't look at those cameras. Look at the audience. Or look at me, because I'm the one asking the questions.
Yeah, sounds good.
Anyway, we're glad you guys are here.
Yay.
Okay, so you have a new show. Before we talk about the show, secondary characters, not everyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Secondary Characters is a not-for-profit theatrical society here in the Fraser Valley, and I think it's their 16th year doing a show. So they do a show usually every summer. I think this next season coming up, they're going to expand into doing like a fall and a spring show as well at the Cultural Center, so keep an eye out for that. Lots of exciting things, but yeah, musical theater is their thing, yeah.
That's exciting. So how many years have you been involved?
I've been involved off and on, I want to say since like, I don't know, the late 20s, like late 2000s.
2000s?
I was like,
Okay.
wait, no, I'm so young.
So, you look really good for your age.
Late 1920s.
Back in the 20s.
Yeah, you know, it's the face cream. So yeah, I think the first thing I did with them was Into the Woods. I played the witch.
Okay.
And then I directed Oklahoma for them. I've done set design. I've directed. I said that already. I produced. Yeah. So yeah, and then last year I was Shakespeare in Something Rotten, and that was a lot of fun. Got to wear a mustache. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was my dream come true.
So Noah, how long have you been involved?
This is my second year, technically. I was involved all the way back in 2013 with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
And you were a baby.
I was, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just kind of got in there and just, part of the children's chorus, and it was a lot of fun though. So I'm really glad that I get to come back 13 years later and be in a bigger role this time and get to know a bunch more great actors and performers in the Lower Mainland.
That's very cool. Now, I got some notes about the show coming up. I don't know a lot about it, so you're going to tell me about it. But it's called Urinetown.
Urinetown, you heard that,
And this
right?
is urine, like
urine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
everyone does it.
So tell us about the show. Tell the viewers about the show.
Well, it is set in a dystopian future, but kind of old-timey vibes.
Okay.
There's been a drought for 20 years, and the stink years happened 20 years ago. Since then, there has been a mandate, no private toilets anymore. You have to go to a public toilet, and you have to pay for it. And of course, if you're poor...
So it's like London.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to some people from Scotland the other day about it. They're like, oh yeah, no, that's what we have to do. So yeah, everybody has to pay. No toilets in houses. And if you do not use the toilet in the paid for amenity and you go in a bush or whatever, you go to Urinetown, which, TBD
Okay.
what that is. Come see the musical to find out.
Yeah.
So Noah, how are you? Like, are you acting in this?
Yes.
What's your role?
I'm playing Bobby Strong, who's kind of this rebellious assistant to the poorest amenity in Urinetown. And he starts this rebellion because of something very unfair happens to his father. And so he then starts this rebellion and tries to let everybody pee for free inside of Urinetown.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think we were ever going to talk about so much pee. On
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's going to be 2.5 hours of just.
So this is wild. I'm obviously coming. I think this will be hilarious. I'm super excited for it. So tell the viewers when it is.
It's going to be July 17th to 26th at the Chilliwack Cultural Center. Tickets are available now at the Chilliwack Cultural Center website. That's www.chilliwackculturalcenter.ca, or you can call 604-391-7469 and get tickets.
That sounds fantastic. So secondary characters, for people, we've talked a little bit about what it is. Maybe people hadn't heard of it. If people wanted to get involved in that, obviously they're not going to come pee on Urinetown.
Yes.
You're already well into your production, and
Yeah.
but for those that want to, explore getting into acting, perhaps, where do they go for more information?
So their website is www.secondarycharacters.org.
Okay.
It's going a little revamp right now, so it'll be up and running again, I think in a couple of days. We've got our graphics person doing like a whole revamp of the website, very exciting. And then also they're on Instagram, Secondary Characters, or Facebook, and you can reach out through there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Giving us a little sneak peek.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So Urinetown coming up in July. Get your tickets now, and I hope to see you at the show. Thanks for stopping by, and best of luck with the musical. Up next, Natalie Bedard of Total Wellness, sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting Limited.
Hey there, it's Natalie Bedard, fitness, nutrition, and mindset coach. And today I would like to talk to you about something that you might not have thought about when it comes to your fitness and nutrition journey. So let's say you're just starting this new journey. You want to take care of yourself. You start eating better, you start moving your body, and then you feel like, why am I struggling with this? And sometimes it's not the plan, it's your environment. It is your social circle. So I'm not saying that you have to go make all new friends or get rid of the friends that you have, but sometimes our social circle is not on the same wavelength as we are. Maybe they're not interested right now in making the changes that you're making, and you're finding it hard to choose the things you want to choose. You might choose to do the social thing. We tend to rise or fall to our social surroundings. So, like I said, don't have to get rid of your friends, but what you could do is expand your social circle to bring in people who do have the same motivations as you do, who are doing the same things as you are. And then that helps build up this level of accountability and also makes it easier for you to choose the things you want to do. So how do you do this? Join a club, join a gym, join a fitness class, whatever the thing is that appeals to you that feels like, okay, I would actually do this. I can see myself doing this. So it might be a strength training group class. It might be Pilates. It might be a group fitness class or a boot camp. Figure out what appeals to you, make a commitment, start going, and you will realize that you build this new social circle. I've seen it again and again where people have struggled with consistency, making this one small shift. They build a whole new family, their fitness family, their fitness friends, and they still have their friends that they do the other stuff with, that they socialize with, but this just made this most dramatic change in their life, and suddenly they are consistent. So it's not always just what we're eating or how we're moving, but who we're doing it with.
Well, Jessica, we're through another week. What are your plans for the weekend, for this Fraser Valley Weekend?
Well, I'm going to be spending pretty much the whole day on Saturday at the Cultural Center. So Spencer Studios is there rehearsing for our upcoming show called Revival, which is happening on the 20th. So I'm performing, and also I choreographed 3 pieces that are going to be in the show as well. So I'm really excited for that.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm taking a quiet weekend to put some outfits together because, and viewers, you might not believe me, but it's true. There are 3 fashion shows happening in Chilliwack before the end of the month. So this June has been really busy busier than normal, it seems, for fundraisers and community events. But 3 fashion shows, and you know the rule of fashion, you cannot wear the same thing to all 3
No,
events.
absolutely not. You can't do that.
So I'm mostly having a restful weekend, but then I am going to put together some looks. I'm not modeling in any of them, so I don't need to look like Tyra Banks, but maybe Miss J. Anyway, why don't we move on to our picks for this week for what to do in the Valley. Jessica, why don't you start us in Abbotsford?
Sure. Love the sound of this one for Abbotsford. Pup Picnic. Bring your favorite furry friend for a day packed with tail-wagging fun. Your ticket includes a cute dog toy for your pup to pick out, plus a special flight just for them filled with dog treats. Don't worry, you'll get to enjoy a tasty, hard, or soft cider flight too. Here's to a possum time. This is at Taves Estate Cidery at 333 Gladwin Road from 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. Price is $33.
That sounds rather fun. Well, in Chilliwack, it's the Tour de Chilliwack tomorrow all day long, starting at Rosedale Park on Yale Road, a fun and family-friendly bike ride through the stunning countryside on the north side of Chilliwack, including portions along the picturesque canyon-to-coast Trans Trail. Participants will have the choice of cycling routes, 10, 20, 30, or 50K, or 100K if you really are energetic, suitable for all skill levels, plus a chance to enjoy a Tour de Chilliwack t-shirt and exciting games along the way. You can feel great about it because money is raised for Chilliwack Community Services.
Oh, this next one's not only fun, but it's free.
We like free on this show.
Yeah, it's the BC Miniature Horse Club Spring Show. It's what it sounds, miniature horses doing halter driving and obstacle events. How adorable. Definitely something to take your kids to. It's at Heritage Park, the big red barn off Highway 1 in Chilliwack, and it is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday.
I particularly love miniature horses and miniature pigs.
Oh.
My Instagram knows this too, so all my videos are of, like little bitty, and I'm sure it's AI, it's probably not even real.
Oh well.
Anyway, out in Harrison, it's the 14th annual Sasquatch Days this weekend in Harrison Hot Springs. There'll be canoe races, medicine walks, coastal jam, and other live cultural performances and entertainment. A salmon barbecue, Indigenous arts and crafts, and all sorts of Indigenous cultural heritage. Starts tomorrow at 9 in the morning, right on the Harrison Lakefront on Esplanade Avenue. Check out tourismharrison.com for more details.
In Hope. It's the Hope Pride Festival starting today and continuing tomorrow. In its 4th year, it's all about community, music, and art for all ages, and it will be happening in and around Wallace Street. Check Tourism Hope for more details.
In Langley, it's National Indigenous Peoples Day celebration a week early. Tomorrow at Fort Langley National Historic Site, it's a day of storytelling, performance, and an Indigenous artisan market featuring Kwantlen elders, the Wild River Dancers, and over 50 Indigenous-owned businesses. All are welcome and admission is free. And if you like that, you'll love the Indigenous iron construction, chillcouture, fashion, music, art cultural event on June 19th in Chilliwack. It is shaping up to be a fun-filled and very busy month.
Yeah, it sure is.
I guess that's it. We're done.
Wild. Well.
Are you coming back next week?
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm glad you're coming back. It's fun having you.
I have so much fun with you.
Well, thanks to Secondary Characters for being on the show this week, and to Natalie Bedard and Total Wellness, sponsored by Rivercrest Contracting Limited. I am so glad you're coming back, and I really appreciate the last 2 weeks that you've come to hang out with me. Now, if you have something you think we should share on the show, we would love to hear from you. Contact us through Messenger on Chill TV's Facebook page. Thank you for watching, and have a fabulous
Fraser Valley Weekend.